This is Freshman Orientation, Getting Started as a New Administrator. My name is Tasha Beard. I'm Director of Client Services for AtHomeNet. Let's start with a brief description of our class. This course is serving as an introductory course for those who want to understand their role as a website administrator by exploring basic website administration tools, features, functionality, and terminology. Some of the specific learning objectives that we have for today's class is to first identify the basic structure of your website and the terminology being used. Next, we'll identify the roles and responsibilities of a website administrator. Then we'll review how to make available content that you should be sharing with your residents. And finally, we'll look at the resources you have available to you as a website administrator. Let's start with some terminology. A common question asked by many administrators is the difference between features and modules. As you know, AtHomeNet offers over 50 exciting features designed to be easy to use and make communication a breeze. With each new website, we provide a suggested navigational layout that incorporates each of these feature items, from address book, events calendars, e-forms, documents, announcements, and many more. We certainly invite you to review a complete list of the detailed features available in the admin area of your menu, but also be sure to check the account feature review statistics from your admin menu to ensure you're taking advantage of each feature that's most beneficial to you. Let's take just a few minutes to review each of these areas on our demo website. We're now logged into our Classic River training demo. In the admin-only area of your menu, you have a menu option titled Admin Welcome Info. Here you'll find information available to administrators containing things such as a Community Website Features Guide. By clicking the Community Websites Features link, you'll find a list of all community website features, along with a brief description of each feature and the use for those features. So we certainly recommend ensuring that you've reviewed that list to ensure you're taking advantage of all the features that we have available. Also available in the statistics area of your admin menu is an option for account feature review. Here you'll find a list of all the features that we've just highlighted and actually a nice chart to display your current use or non-use of each feature. You'll want to be sure that you search here for anything in red, and if there's a feature that currently is selected red and you wish to have it added to your site, you'll simply use the click here link to have that menu item activated on your website. Once selected, you'll want to fill out the menu change request form to submit your request to our support team detailing what the new feature is and where you'd like to have that item placed on your menu. We've provided some backgrounds about our feature set, and now we'd like to talk a little bit more about our modules feature. Modules are unique from the standard feature set as they're limited only by your imagination. Use them to create a new unique feature that will allow you to share information with your residents, such as a pet sitting exchange. Or use them to create custom design pages that are specific to your community's needs. So this could be a simple page such as a community history page. And finally, you can use them to subcategorize information into 2 or 3 tiers. For example, a kids' playgroups categorized by age. We offer 2 pre-built custom modules for recipes and kids' playgroups on every website. Other examples of how our customers have used modules are for things such as a Lost and Found feature, about our community, Yard of the Month, carpooling, and a Maps and Directions module. Let's see how all of this works in our demo. Logged into the private area of our website, each administrator should find a menu item titled Edit Modules. When you click Edit Modules, you'll have the opportunity to click here to edit new modules. Use the Click Here to Edit Modules link to build your new module. For example, you could create a simple module such as About Us, where you would have a brief page to highlight information about your community. You'll define the name of the page, About Us, a view security level for who will be able to view the information on this page. And in this particular example, I'm actually very comfortable with allowing my public members access to this About Us page. So we're going to set that to a view level of 100. The edit security level determines who's going to be able to add, edit, and delete content on this page. And then we have our text editor where we'll be able to load the contents of the page. When we're done, we'll hit Save New. And now the next part of this is very important. You have a message that the module has been added successfully. To have a menu link placed to this module, you'll have to contact the website support. Let's review how this module turns out. We'll go back and click About Us, and now you'll see the text that we've entered as a simple page on the website. Another use of modules is to create one page with subcategories. For example, we could have a Yard of the Month page that has subcategories identifying each month's winner. The creation of additional subcategories is quite simple. We'd use the click here to add, edit, and delete subcategories under Yard of the Month. We'd click to add, and then we'd enter this month's winner, where we'd be able to add simple text along with a photo. The photo can be inserted and reduced to fit your needs. Let's review the results of this module. We'd now like to view our Web Settings tool. This area provides an administrator tool which allows you to control a number of aspects of how your website works. You can define specific security levels to determine what people in your community will be able to administrate various features on your website. You can also define default sort orders for things like your announcements and determine whether they sort newest to oldest, oldest to newest, or alphabetically. You'll be able to define what user profile layout you want to organize on the profile screen for your residents. Default calendar views from monthly to detail views, storage limits with various features to determine how long data remains on your site, and finally, a brief area to determine what meta tag titles and descriptions are used in areas of your website. Let's see how some of this can be applied. From the admin area of your website, there's a menu item titled Settings. When we click this feature, we're first presented with some general settings that determine some of the global defaults on the site, such as the Community Administrator Security level, which is defined at level 1, the Board Security level defined at level 25, and our Resident Security level defined at 50. Notice as we scroll through the page, each feature is listed with specific settings defining how this particular feature will function and what add, edit, and delete security levels will apply to be able to edit information within that particular feature. So for example, if we had a board or committee member who wanted to assist by adding announcements to the website, we see that the security level for add, editing, and deleting announcements is currently set to 1. If we wanted to grant this particular board or committee member access to announcements, we define that at level 35, for example, save changes, and then the next time this particular board or committee member logged in at level 35, they would have access to add, edit, and delete announcements. Now, the next step of security level assignment is to actually go to the address book and locate the board or committee member of which you're wanting to define the security level for. So we'll do a quick address book search. You'll be able to edit that person and change them from a resident security level of 50 to a 35. We'll scroll down and save changes, and the next time Stephanie logs in, she'll be able to add, edit, and delete announcements. If we go back to our settings tool, we'll also notice with announcements there is another security level that determines who's able to add, edit, and delete announcement categories. Again, this is defaulted to a security level of level 1. So if I wanted this particular board committee member to have the ability to specifically add announcements without defining the categories that appear on this particular page, I'd leave the category security level to level 1. Make sure that my add, edit, delete item level for announcements was set to level 35. However, if I was comfortable with allowing this particular member to have editing rights to both the categories of announcements as well as the items of announcements, I would change this also to level 35. You will proceed in this fashion to assign different security levels for other areas of your website. Now, keep in mind with our security level system that we have a hierarchical system, which means any numerically lower level will inherit the rights of those with a numerically higher level. So, if my residents are defaulted to at level 50 and my board members are at level 25, the administrator is at level 1. For our example, we gave our committee member a level of 35, which falls somewhere between the 50 and the 25. By default, my board members at 25 will inherit any rights assigned to the level 35. So please keep that in mind as you're assigning your security levels. Other defaults that can be defined are sort orders. Here we'll be able to define how our announcements are sorted: newest to oldest, oldest to newest, or alphabetical. And for features like homes for sale, we can even determine if the home for sale listing will automatically sort by price, address, or bedrooms. So you'll want to certainly review all the other features and what options you have available. One recently added section of the settings tool is the ability to control what information appears in your user's profile. As you know, AtHomeNet offers over 50 fields of information that we capture about your residents. But some user-specific data may not apply in your community. For example, if I'm in a retirement community, it may not be necessary to ask children's names and birth date information, and this is now an area of the website that can be turned off, along with the picture information, alternate address information, and what we consider the miscellaneous information. And then finally, the ability to ask additional information about the user. These custom sections can also be turned off by default. To do so, we'd go over to our settings option, go back to the address book profile settings area, select what piece of information we want turned off, change it from show to hide, and click Save Changes. Now when we go back to our profile, you'll notice that the children information is not presented to your user. Other areas of the site that you may customize are settings to control how long specific data remains on your site. For example, the eForms feature has an ability for you to determine how long any submitted eForms remain on your site. Choose from 90 days to a minimum of 15 days or a maximum of never. So we'd select here forever to allow all submitted eForms to remain on the site infinitely. You could also define how long the email bulletin announcements remain on the site. By default, that number is defaulted to a level 30. You're able to change that to a higher setting based on the volume of email bulletins being sent in your communities. There are a number of other settings here listed to help you customize your site for your community. We certainly encourage you to review them all to ensure that the proper settings have been applied. As you prepare to release your site, you might consider a Terms of Service feature that will allow you to create a custom Terms of Service page which clearly defines the terms of use for your website. This will require residents to read and agree to those terms prior to logging in. The system will track if and when that resident agreed to the terms, and you will also be able to report and export any of that data at your convenience. Let's quickly review how to activate this feature. This option is available in the settings area of your menu. The first step in activating the Terms of Service agreement is to go to Feature Descriptions in the Admin Only area of your menu. Here you'll find an option for Login Terms. We'll click that and click Edit. A sample Terms of Service document will be listed here in the text editor of your website. Notice we've taken the opportunity to define specific things regarding our members' conduct, member responsibilities, how we deal with advertisers, as well as any external links that we might have on our website. This sample can certainly be edited and modified for your community's needs. As you complete your changes, you'll hit Save Changes, and the next step will be to activate this document for our users as they log in. To do so, we'll click on Settings, and at the top area of the site, under General Settings, we'll find Require Agreement with Terms. If we click Yes, it would actually activate the terms that we've just reviewed in the Feature Description area. Let's see how this appears for our users. As a resident, I clicked Resident Login, type my username and password, click to log in, and now I see the Terms of Service added by my website administrator. After reviewing the terms, I can agree, click to agree, and now I'll be granted access to the private area of the website. The great news is, as a resident, once the terms are agreed, I won't be asked to agree again. As an administrator, I'll always be able to run an address book report to detail any terms, agreed date and time information with that resident's name and address. One other key role for website administrators is processing login requests. We want to now review the automated login request feature available to our administrators. This feature allows residents to submit their login requests from your website. An administrator would receive an email notice of the login request, but then be able to quickly approve those requests in a pending area of the website. If the request is a match, the administrator is able to select that value as a match, and the residents would receive an automatic email notification upon your approval of that request. Let's see how this feature works. Logging in as an administrator, in the Admin Only area, we also have a link titled Login Request. By clicking Login Request, you'll see any pending login requests from residents of your community. We simply select the request, and we're now presented with a screen that captures the details from the login request, as well as having our system present to you any possible matches for this login request. The system will try to match on primary full name and address, on full street address, the name, first and last name, or just last name and street name. So we try to present to you any possible matches based on the information submitted. In this case, the Tasha Beard listed here happens to be the same Tasha Beard at 123 Smithtown Way that already exists in our system. I would simply click the radio button next to the Tasha Beard of the match that I was comfortable with, and then we choose the option Matches the Profile Selected. We'll now be presented with an opportunity to customize the email message that will be sent to this resident that will include their username and password. And now we click Matches the Profile Selected. And we would continue to process any request found here. Notice that the request that we've just approved has now moved to the Approved tab of this feature. You'll still be able to go back and view any past approvals or requests that happen to be denied or canceled. At any time, you'll be able to edit who receives the login request by clicking the Approvers tab and using the Add options to select additional people that you'd like to add to the approval process. Requests where no matches are found can simply be denied or canceled. The Deny Request option would actually send a notification email back to that user with a message regarding the denial, whereas the Cancel Request would simply cancel this request from the pending area of your website and move it to the Cancel tab so that you'll still be able to review those at a later date. You are also able to add additional login questions to your form. If we go back to our Public menu and click on Request Login, you'll notice you'll ask things like name, street address, lot number, email address, and phone number, all of which are required fields in our system. However, if in my community it was important to capture an additional phone number, I could simply click on Login Requests and use the Add, Edit, Delete Custom Questions option to create additional question, making it a required field, with a field type of short text, and click Save. That additional field is immediately added to my form and captured by each new resident who completes the login request. Now that we have identified some of the basic terminology and administrator tools available, we want to spend just a few minutes highlighting what we feel are essential components when customizing your website. We've created a quick checklist to identify those specific items. First, you'll want to make sure that you have custom text on your homepage, both public and private. You'll also want to ensure that you have custom text on various feature pages, as well as using pictures to highlight various aspects of those pages. Defining recipients for your e-forms. Adding upcoming events to the calendar. Adding facility information including rules and location. Ensuring that your documents are loaded with past meeting minutes, newsletters, and governing document information such as bylaws and covenants. Including hot links to area schools and news sources. And finally, making sure that you have email bulletin topics set up for your residents to subscribe to. Let's review how this works on a demo. The first item was to review our home page. For this, we'll go to the admin area of our menu, click Feature Description, and now click the option for Public Homepage, and then click Edit. The page will load with the existing pictures and text that were originally loaded when my site was released. Notice that this is very simple text, or the default text that we've provided you when we released the site. So you'll want to certainly take some time to ensure that you update the text on the home page to make it more specific and unique for your community. For example, I might alter this text to indicate where our community is located and highlight what amenities that we have available in our community. This can be easily done by clicking and changing the text at any given time. When you're happy with the text that you have here, you'll click to save changes. That information is immediately posted to your public homepage. You'll also want to review your resident homepage text, where you'll have the opportunity to add a custom message or messages for your residents as they log in. Each feature has something called a feature description area. This is your opportunity to post a custom message at the top of every feature page. This could be done very easily within any of our features. For example, if my message board page needed to include specific text to talk about the use of this page, I would click to add a new feature description, key in my text in the text editor. When the text is entered, you simply click Save Changes, and this text now immediately becomes available at the top of my message board page. With any feature page, you can also insert pictures using our text editor. So if I had a nice image I wanted to include to the left of this particular text, I'd use my upload image icon to find and locate that picture. I can select the photo, have it aligned to the left of my text with some spacing, and then click Insert to have the image placed here. Once happy with that, I can click Save Changes, and now if we go view our message board page, we'll see our picture has been added along with the text to the top of the page. Just a quick touch to make each page more unique. One of the great features of our website is the ability to create electronic forms that your residents can complete online. As they complete each form, the information is submitted to a particular person or persons via email. So it's important for you to review the forms that we have provided you or that you add and update those forms to route to the appropriate people in your community. To do so, you would click to edit the form and use the Edit Receivers tab to choose what person or person in the community should be a recipient of this particular form. In this case, I would like my maintenance request form to route to my management company. Notice that the management company would have to be listed here with a particular contact's name and current email address for routing. When we're happy with that selection, we'll click to Add, and then we can continue adding additional people by selecting additional names. When we're done, we click Done, and we'll be given a recap of all the recipients for that particular form. You'll want to repeat this step for each e-form that you offer on your website. Let's move to our events calendar and making sure that we've spent just some time adding any upcoming events in the community. Essentially, you want to make sure the calendar has events that maybe are one-time events or even events that are reoccurring events, such as board meetings. So in my community, I'd first select the category for community events, indicating the first date of this event, adding information regarding the time for the event, as well as the location for the event. Again, the event can be a one-time occurrence, such as a final pool party for the season, or it could be something that reoccurs, such as your board meetings. For an event such as a board meeting that you know might happen every month on the first Tuesday of the month, we can simply select that occurrence, being sure to enter the total number of occurrences. So if this event was something that I wanted to populate on my calendar for the next year, I'd choose a total number of occurrences of 12, so that this event appears every month for the next 12 months. You're also able to upload pictures, as well as have this information posted under an announcement category, or even have an email bulletin sent out about this event. When we're happy, we click Save New, and we're done. We will continue in this fashion to update any future events that we have submitted by our social committees or various board members who might know of other event opportunities. For those communities that have amenities or facility information, You want to be sure that your facility page clearly identifies what amenities or facilities are available, and that that page also provides a nice description and picture, as well as any rules or regulations for use of that particular facility. Adding new facilities are easy. You simply click on Facilities. We'll click to add a new facility, entering the name of the facility, location, hours of use for the facility, and if it's a year-round facility, what open dates and closed dates are available, as well as entering a description that would include the rules and regulations for use of the facility and providing the ability to browse and upload a picture for this facility. Once your text and photos are added, you click Save Now to have this information posted in your facility area. We'll go back to review our information. The picture and text will now appear for each facility page loaded here. One of the most common tasks for our community administrators is to ensure that the appropriate document information has been uploaded to specific document categories. For example, homeowner meeting minutes can be added after each board meeting. To do so, we click the Add, Edit, Delete Documents option, click to add a new document, type a description for the document, and then use the Browse and Upload option to locate that document and save new. We'd also want to make sure any other categories, such as financial statements, community newsletters, as well as any committee-specific documents, are being updated on a continual basis. Last and certainly not least is our email bulletin feature. We offer each resident the opportunity to subscribe to specific email bulletin topics directly from their user profile. Notice that this topic list is completely defined by you as an administrator, so it's important that you've put some thought into what email bulletin topics you will be sending mass emails out for your community. Let's look at how you customize this list. We'll first click on our email bulletin feature, and at the bottom of the page we have a link for Add, Edit, Delete email bulletin categories. By clicking this link, we're able to create new topics that our residents can subscribe to. We might consider adding a topic for social events that would issue any email bulletins related to specific or upcoming social events. Provide a brief description of this email bulletin topic with a full description of this particular email bulletin category, and then a security level to control who's able to subscribe to this particular category. We'll default that at a level 50, and you finally have an option to browse an image along with this particular category. When we're happy with the details of this page, we click Save New. And now we're able to see this topic as an available option for our users from their Subscriptions tab. The next step with email bulletins is actually very important. We want to take just a minute to highlight the function of this feature, which is to send mass emails to those particular topics. Or, for some administrators, it might be helpful to send mass notices to all in the community who have valid email addresses. To do so, you have a couple of options. One is to send a quick email in rich text format. Another is to send an email in plain text format. The difference between these two options is to allow you the use of the text editor. which you'll be able to create rich text email bulletins. The plain text option would simply remove the ability to send a rich text email and would only deliver the text of the message. Our final option is to use one of our customly designed email bulletin templates that comes preloaded with graphics professionally designed by our graphics team. These graphics can be replaced and text can be updated, but the formatting stays the same. It's a great way to create professional, visually appealing bulletins. Choose from an array of designs from Christmas to New Year's to St. Patrick's Day, pool closures, or even back to school communications. Once the template is chosen, you'll be able to send to a specific email bulletin category, to an address book category, or to everyone in the address book with a valid email address. This is a great way to get information out in your community. Once you review your checklist and decided to make some information available to your residents, we want you to realize that you have a number of resources available to you as tools to help you in customizing your website. One of the first resources is our Administrator Help website, available at administratorhelp.com. It's an online help guide located in the admin-only area of your menu, and it serves as an instant answer knowledge base to address your commonly asked questions. Another resource we have is our Administrators Only website. This website is available at www.athomnetadmins.com. Use this website to share and communicate with other administrators just like you across the country. Next, we have our Administrator Welcome Packet. All of the information that you need to get started administrating your site can be found in the Admin Welcome Info link located in the admin area of your menu. The AtHomeNet Gazette is a great resource as we bring to you every month company news as well as new features and enhancements being added to our product, and it also contains tips and resources available to you from our sales and support departments. You can always access past copies of the Gazette from our website at athomenet.com/gazette.aspx. And finally, please feel free to contact our support team at any time with any questions or comments you might have. We're available by email at support@athomenet.com. Send your request or question, and we'll get back with you within 24 hours. You can also contact us by phone at 800-556-7852. Our customer support representatives are available Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 6:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And finally, in every site, there's a Contact Us link down in the admin area of your menu that will allow you to immediately report a case to our team. Thanks for being a part of our freshman orientation. We look forward to seeing great things on your community website.